Hello, hello. Welcome to the Pop Culture Playbook. I'm your host, Tatyana Arrington.
I'm your host, Simone Umba.
And guys, I just came back from an event, and guess who I told about our podcast?
Who you tell?
I told Charlemagne.
You told Charlamagne about our podcast?
I did. I was at this event. It's the 5-year anniversary of his podcast network.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there and he was just kind of standing by himself. Like nobody was really talking to him. So I was just like, hey. And then he was like, hey, shook my hand. And I was like, so what do you look for in podcast? Because he has so many podcasts on his network. And then he just started, telling me, talking. He was like, do you have a podcast? And I was like, well, now that you mention it, I do. And he was like, okay, what's the name of it? And I was like, the Pop Culture Playbook. And then he was like, huh, the Pop Culture Playbook. And I was like, now you're getting it. Um, but I was just telling him it's all about entertainment, pop culture, all that stuff. And then we chatted for a little bit. And then as he was walking off, he was like, the Pop Culture Playbook. And I was like, you said it again. Give it a listen. So guys, Charlemagne listens to this podcast now. I don't know what to tell you.
You see, she out here networking. Meanwhile, I'm trying to keep up with my emails because I'm just so behind on work.
No, that's me too. Life is lifing for
No,
sure.
I got back from New York yesterday. I had like the worst travel day. I don't know why. Like I'm usually fine from New York to and from fine. I don't know why, but the ride back home was just a mess because I had booked an Uber and it canceled on me. So I ended up taking a yellow cab and I ended up taking JetBlue this time. And y'all got to get that vlog later. The flight was fine, damn near no turbulence, which is rare for me on planes. And then
Yeah.
when I got off there, no, what happened was there are too many carry-ons. So they had to basically tag half of everybody's bags. And then I had to wait 30 minutes at the carousel to get my bag. And then basically, if it's like a weekend trip, I take Marta to the parking thing. I took Marta, smelled terrible, went to the parking thing. Basically, parking thing, the machine didn't want to work and didn't let me, pay the thing. Mind you, it was like almost 8 o'clock at night. So I'm trying to call the button for the people. Thankfully, they let me through. I'm driving back. I make it home. As soon as I get home, I just fucking crash in bed. I fell asleep. Next thing I know, it's like 5 in the morning, and my calves are on fire from all the walking I did in New York.
That's New York for you. It'll get you.
And I
Yeah.
still have that blister on my foot from my shoes. We're gonna tell y'all about CultureCon later.
Oh my God. When you told me what kind
Oh,
of shoes you were wearing, I was like, of course. Like, why did you decide to put those on?
it looks cute.
They were cute, but I would never.
All
Mm-mm.
right, let's
No.
get into everything that happened this past week before we get into our weekend.
Okay, sounds good. Should we start with the whites or should
We'll
we?
start with the whites. It's quick.
Okay, sounds good. I think you said something happened with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. So right after we recorded last week's podcast, the day after the news came out that her and Keith Urban were separating, she went and filed for divorce.
Okay. Okay. Even though it was reported that it was his decision.
Yes, because they had been separated
Right, right.
and she decided to file the paperwork for divorce.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, but did I saw her at Paris Fashion Week. That's how you do a breakup look, sis. Love it for
Listen, on
you.
top of that, her show Lioness got renewed for season 3 last week. I said, go on ahead, secure that check. Make sure you don't get none of that. Make sure she doesn't get a single penny, which I'm praying she got a post up, please.
Uh, We can only pray for the girls at this point. I know I heard rumors that Selena got an airtight prenup,
As she should.
as she definitely
As
should.
she should.
But I feel like even with a prenup, like you still gonna have to end up paying that man. Like I think Ariana Grande had a really good prenup, but she still had to slide that man a little bit of money.
Yeah, well, they live in California, so there's technicals.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
It,
think like her and Keith live in Nashville.
uh-huh.
Yeah, because I remember when Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert got divorced, they got divorced like real quick.
Oh, really?
That was a quickie divorce. Like we didn't know they were splitting up until the divorce was finalized.
Oh, wow. That's probably how I would do a divorce as well, because I can't imagine. I feel like all the stress and all the outside opinions, like going through a divorce, I feel like is already so difficult just to have
Mhm.
all that publicity on you. I
Yeah.
try to keep it as quiet as possible. So I don't I don't blame her. But you've been looking good, Nicole, and we're here for you.
Looking great, girl.
Please let us know if Jimmy calls.
You and Jimmy. I need to know the Jimmy Fallon lore with him and Nicole because this is new to me.
You didn't watch that episode?
I've seen the episode, I just never caught it.
Oh, well, yeah. Basically, like they went on a date when they were in their 20s. And
Oh.
yeah, but like the date was at his house basically, and she just didn't think
Oh.
that he was into her. But he was like, "Oh my God, I was so nervous." And she was like, "You were just sitting there playing your video game." And he was like, "Wait, you were into me?" And she was like, "Yeah, I
Oh
was
my
into you.
God.
Like I was into you." And he was like, he crashed out. He was like, what do you mean you were into me? I didn't know you were." He was like, "I didn't even know that was a date." And she was like, "Yeah, your friend like told me to come over and I came over and like you didn't even pay attention to me." And so that's like where the whole thing started because
Oh my God.
yeah,
The
he was
miscommunication trope. You should have never told me this. Oh
yeah,
my
he
God.
was just like, "You liked me?" And she was like, "Yeah, but you
Oh my
like didn't give a
God.
damn." So it was this whole thing.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is, oh my God. Now
That's
you
why
put an
everybody's
idea in
like,
my head. Now
yeah,
I
that's why everybody's
want
like,
to jump on the
"Call
train.
her."
Now I want to jump on the train. Wait, isn't Jimmy Fallon married?
Can't let your wife stop you from getting the love of your life.
Now wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Happens
Hold,
every
hold up.
day. Happens every
Oh,
day.
he's been with his wife Nancy since '07. I take that back. I take that back. I don't want to break up a home. No, no, no.
You
I take it
wouldn't
back.
be breaking up the home.
No, no, nah, nah, nah. I don't want that for Nancy. Nah.
No, no, I think everybody's joking. It's all in good fun.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody actually. Now, would it be a gag? Yeah, but does anybody actually expect this to happen? No, no, no. It's been way too many years. But you can always wonder, what if?
Yeah.
What if? Like, will Bennifer get it back together?
Girl, don't even get me started with them.
Well, I mean, everybody's kind of like, why is he around? And I'm like, y'all, he produced the movie.
He produces so many of her movies. My goodness.
I mean, real love, honestly. Like,
Yeah. You
I
got to
think they
fulfill
should
your
give it,
obligations.
I think they should give it one more go. I, because something's telling me that it's Ben, that Ben's the problem. Like,
Third time's the charm. I'm joking, y'all. Third time's never been the charm. No, no,
I don't
no. Don't
know.
spin the block a second time. No.
I mean, when she was talking about the movie, she was just like, I told Ben that I had to do it, and he said, "Okay, I'll help you." Like, that's love.
I mean, that's supportive partner.
That
I ain't mad at it. But you know, when it's done, just end it there.
Yeah. But we did go see Kiss of the Spider Woman. J-Lo, first of all, I'll say she looks beautiful in that movie, like absolutely gorgeous. And it's very grandioso and the sets and everything, but
Mhm.
it wasn't for me. And I'll leave it at that.
You know, I had an okay time, really. Lo is there, really, is a supportive role. I will say Diego and let me get his name right. I don't want to mispronounce this.
No, I'm not even gonna I can't mispronounce his name. I won't.
Let me
I
look at my
won't do
because I
it.
literally just filmed my review.
But he definitely, I mean, he stole the show. He
Tonatu. I think Tonatu, that's how I say it. Him and Diego literally carried this movie. The both of their performances were amazing. If you see it, because I know it comes out this week, the two of them really are the stars of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I would agree with that. Speaking of stars, should we talk about the album that came out last week? The Life of a Showgirl by Miss Taylor Swift.
Nothing showgirl about it.
Honestly, y'all, this is Taylor's best project. Like, she is so incredible in this, and I'm kidding.
I was waiting for you to say the sarcasm really quick because I know you are damn lying.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, so not a Swiftie by any means, but Taylor does have a few bops that I enjoy. So I was expecting a few bops that I would enjoy. And I'm listening to the album, and first I can start off with the first song because I actually listened to it to see what it was going to be. And the first song is called The Fate of Ophelia. And I'm listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, I know Miss Girl did not just say that, oh, Ophelia wouldn't have unalived herself if she just got with a football player. Like, I was like, I know this isn't what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
I know this isn't what I'm hearing. So I was like, okay, skip. I can't listen to any more of this. Like, s- no. So that just off of that alone, I was immediately turned off. Um, And I didn't listen to every song all the way through, y'all. So y'all not it's not gonna be a full review, sorry, but I'm just listening to certain songs and I'm like, well, what is this? Like, what is this album? It's a
yeah.
mess. When it comes to Wood,
Girl, don't get me started. That song pissed me off. Simply
I
on the fact that there's a Jackson 5 interpolation.
I was so embarrassed for her. Like, that is such an embarrassing, cringy song. If I was in the studio, I would have been like, hey, as your friend, do not put this out. Like, this is embarrassing. Like,
Those are not her friends. Those are yes people.
I
Because what
was
do you mean you're
cringing.
talking about your fiance's dick on an interpolation of a Jackson 5 song?
I would have rather her just,
I want to fight the owners of the publishing. Because how can y'all allow this?
I would
I
have
was
rather
so
her
mad.
just went for it, if I'm being honest. Like, I would have rather her just go full speed, like, but to do kids bop songs about penis, like, it didn't, it was trying to give Sabrina Carpenter my good sis, and it was executed poorly. Just poorly, poorly, poorly.
Yeah.
Um,
Now the one people are bringing up, that's a large chunk of the discussion happening is Opalite, and basically they're pointing out the shade towards Kayla Nicole. And I just want to say, one, leave Black women out of this. We minding our business. And two, the fact that you got the guy and you got the ring and you still got his ex on your mind tells me, one, you insecure, and two, that relationship ain't gonna last. Straight up. Because what do you mean you're shading this woman that he was with for almost 5 years, who you've been with for like two, and you're marrying, and you feel the need to shade this woman saying, oh, I'm not a savage, I'm not a bad bitch. I'm like, okay, clear as fucking day who she's
oh,
talking about.
I thought that was shade to Meg.
Meg the Stallion? When
Yeah,
did Meg go to Taylor?
well, Travis hit on Meg at one point and he shot his shot at Meg and she wasn't interested.
But yeah, but that was forever and a day ago. Like, no one cared.
People don't forget.
Yeah, people don't forget, but no one really cared. That's not Megan's type. No.
But I'm saying I thought that was more so directed shade at Megan because, and really not even Megan. Like I felt like it was shade towards black women in general,
It,
kind
it
of.
was. It was. Who
Like,
else would you associate with being a savage and a bad bitch? That's us.
yeah, it was not a good look at all because I was like, why are you saying this? Like, what? I don't get it. Yeah, and it came across like. oh, I'm just, a little white girl and I'm so helpless, but you used to like black bitches. Like that's kind of what it gave.
It really gave. It reminded me of when her last album came out and everybody was pointing out how she's the girl that never left her hometown and is still reminiscing in high school.
You say that all the time.
I know I say it all the time because it's obvious. And it's so clear as day. And what has been so fascinating to me, which is also, it feels like an episode of Black Mirror at this point, the people, majority of people I've seen basically discussing how this album is essentially right wing propaganda has been white women.
Absolutely. I mean,
So
it,
white girls are having their Matrix moment. I'm seeing whole dissertation videos. I'm like, wow,
well, she had
we don't got to do no work this time. Thank God.
no, yeah, because I was listening to it and there were a lot of questionable lyrics on the album. That was one. There was another lyric that was like, I want the whole neighborhood to look like us. I was like, white?
Yep.
Do you mean white? Like what? Yeah. So I'm glad white girls are leading that conversation because that's y'all's girl. Y'all bought 45 vinyls. Some I saw some
Let's get into the weekend of variance because there is no reason why this woman dropped 28 variants of the same album during its release weekend.
well, because she know they gonna buy it. So I
Well, that's obvious, but also at the same time, Billboard's predicting that she's going to be having a debut of like 3 million units.
that's
And
insane.
that's because of the variants. So that, again, basically proves what people have been saying the whole time. No one takes her numbers seriously because she knows that she's developed a cult following who will literally buy anything she gets.
Yeah, and I don't know if people know this about Taylor because of how she's crafted her image, but Girly is very competitive and she likes to be number one. She likes to be on top. She likes charts, she likes numbers, that whole thing. Like when Reputation didn't get nominated for
Mm-hmm.
any Grammys, she literally was like, "What? Okay, well, I'm just gonna go make a better album." Like, what about the people who actually liked it? What about the people who connected with it? What about what you were feeling at the time? Like, who cares if it didn't get, of course you want recognition for your work, but who cares that, it didn't get nominated for anything? Like, I feel like people don't realize how chart obsessed and how much she's really into those type of things. And, sometimes it comes across like she will block the other girls who are having a moment from getting that number
Mm-hmm.
one just because she can. Now, I don't know why the girls haven't woken up. Like I saw people being like, "Oh, I hate this album. I have 5 vinyls coming to my house." Like, unless, you're collecting these, I guess, for some type of collection that maybe is going to be worth something in the year
Mm-hmm.
3000. Maybe I guess I get why you're doing it, but I don't understand why you spent $2,000 on the same album. Like
They're
I
having their post November 6th moment. That's what it is.
I mean it listening to it, it really did give music for wives of cops. And
Eh.
it was just like I could not believe what I was hearing. I was like, this can't be the same girl that, you know, made some of the bops that I enjoy. Like this is crazy. Like you really put this out. And then if you can make it to the end, The Life of a Showgirl, featuring Sabrina Carpenter, it sounds like Cool by the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
So if you haven't listened, go listen to just make it to the chorus of the Taylor Swift song and then go back and listen to Cool. That's the same damn song. I was like, so how this work? How
Yeah.
how does this work? Because we literally forced Olivia to give 50% of her credits to Deja Vu. And that don't sound nothing like Cruel Summer to me, but okay. So it's very odd. Then there's another song on the album called Actually Romantic that I heard you call me boring Barbie when the Cokes got you brave. And as somebody who loves Sympathy is a Knife, Taylor, Swifties, y'all misinterpreted the song.
Yeah.
The
A lot of people
song
point that out.
The song is not hate towards Taylor at all. Now, do I think that they may have personal issues? Yes, I do. But the song is not hate. Charlie was literally saying on that song, I am so insecure to be around you that I can't even be around you. I can't see you. I can't even be you. If I tried, if I wanted to. Like, girl, and you're supposed to be a songwriter. Like, you misinterpreted the
Yeah,
song
this
completely.
did the writing on this album, it really just felt like taking pockets of Stan Twitter and just putting them in lyrics. Like compared to like the amount of praise that she gets as a writer, it's just like the bubble has been broken for a lot of people. And when it comes to like the variants, getting back onto that, a lot of people are pointing out the AI usage and people are trying to deny it. And
AI
we gotta
usage
talk
of,
about she used AI for the album variant covers.
oh, how did people find that out?
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
Oh,
I mean, it was
okay.
really obvious. Also, people can like have like whole like software to tell if it's like AI or not. So people pointed out really quickly about that. Um, like we said, the numbers are going to be inflated once that first week is over. Taylor's on his full press tour trying to basically say, all press is good press. She doesn't care about the internet. And then when it came to like questions about the Super Bowl and her, basically saying like, Jay, he's always looking out for me. And she basically said that, oh, I don't have time for that. I have to worry about my man risking his life on the field, more than, choreography for a performance. I'm like, girl, he's playing football. Is it a
Oh,
dangerous sport? Yes. But
yeah,
he is not risking his life in a war zone. There are journalists doing that.
that quote made no sense to me at all. I was like, so you can't perform in the Super Bowl because you're so locked in on Travis?
Like, girl, we know you a wag, but he is not over here fighting a war. Let's be for real.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna be okay, babe. I assure you. Um, yeah, and I know, and that's the thing too. It's like, girl, we all heard that, you wanted the footage, you wanted to control the footage from the Super Bowl, and they said no. So it's almost like in these moments, I'd rather you just be honest and say, hey, like Jay-Z's cool, I respect him, but we just couldn't come to an agreement on the terms.
Yeah.
Nobody would have thought that was shady. Nobody, like, people know how you are, girl. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
leave an Easter egg for an Easter egg for an Easter egg. Like, we got it. So yeah, I don't know. The games are a lot, but
Yeah,
it's
it's a lot.
just, yeah. And then, but what's crazy is like that song dissing Charlie, the Charlie diss record is the best song on the album because the rest of them I was
Mm.
just like, what am I listening to? And then I thought, no, literally, especially when I heard Wood, I was embarrassed for like I wrote it. I was like,
Girl, imagine listening to that while on the train. That was literally me.
I could not. I could not. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
All
Yeah,
right. Now,
yeah.
on to an engagement that we were actually excited about.
Yes, yes. Finally, finally.
Finally, our Detroit Bap is getting married, guys.
The streets can rejoice because it is
Girl, the streets
here.
are crying right now, at least on TikTok.
No, I feel like people have been waiting for this for so long, like so long. Like, so when you gonna marry her? When y'all get married? When y'all
Okay, if y'all don't know who we talking about, since we're just so excited, on Sunday, Ryan Destiny and Keith Powers announced that they're engaged.
the streets have suspected this for a while, have been waiting, and
What do you mean suspected?
I mean, I think I knew they were gonna get married
Oh
someday.
yeah, we knew. I
We
kept them off my engagement prediction list because I didn't want to jinx them taking a break again.
But I like that. I like that it's very reminiscent of me to me of Tom and Zendaya. Like
Oh yeah.
we dated, we took a break, we are focusing on our careers, we're focusing on ourselves. You know what? Ain't shit out here. That's my man. I'm rocking with you. Let's get back together. we're rocking, let's get married. Like it really just, especially when you get together super young, because I'm not even an advocate of getting married young.
Oh yeah, I remember
So
when they had started dating because this is right when they were coming up on their TV shows, and I remember him being on the reel and talking about it. He was so fucking giddy. I was like, ah, yo, but
yeah. Yeah. So it's a beautiful moment. Yeah, it's just happy to see. Okay, real quick. My computer is about to die. I didn't even realize I have to pause.
oh, okay. So Essence got the exclusive on the engagement. We knew that they're gonna get it. He proposed at Miramar Beach with a violinist and a candlelit dinner. I said, "Oh my
Oh.
God, she's living her epilogue."
First of all, the photos were gorgeous.
Oh, listen, I didn't know these were engagement photos until I went to the comments section because
Oh,
they always in a fine ass photo shoot. They are
that's
a
true.
fine ass couple.
That's true. They're a very beautiful couple. Nobody's rushing y'all, but the kids are gonna be beautiful.
Girl, let them breathe.
I
She
said
just got the
nobody's
ring on
ru
her finger.
I said nobody's
She
rushing.
just got the ring on her finger. Let her breathe.
I literally said we're not rushing you, but
We're talking about kids.
you don't think anybody said that? I already
Oh
know.
my God.
The kids are going to be beautiful. Nobody's rushing. Take your
Christ.
time.
Jesus Christ. Let them breathe. They said that they're enjoying the moment,
As
that
they
they're
should.
also, slowly getting into wedding planning. They also mentioned that they would love a singer that they love to sing at the wedding.
Who's
Fingers
that?
crossed that is Usher.
Oh, wow. And Usher sings Matrimony. If it's a question of
Yeah, no,
mine, you got it.
got it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Who would you
goodness.
have sing at your wedding?
Who I would have singing my wedding? My goodness. I mean, it used to be Neo, before he had his harem, but yeah,
No, that's a good one. Neo can write a song.
he
Like
really can.
he can write a song. Oh my God. Like,
I
do you
think
remember?
if
No, I was just
what
gonna say, do you remember So Sick?
girl,
Like that
when I
was
played that song as a kid, I had no business singing that.
that was everywhere.
I'm so
Every
sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so tired of wishing she was still here. Let me stop before we get copyrighted.
Why can't I turn off the radio? Why can't I And then Sexy Love.
Girl, no,
Okay.
he knows how to write good romance songs, but also some really good like stripper music. Like what was that song called? Say It. Say It. Cause that song,
Oh
that
my God, yes.
that song keeps trending on TikTok. I remember I went to Skin Grooves in college, which was basically like a pole dancing class. We played that song all the time.
That's a good one. Girl, why don't you
You tell
feel
me
Yeah.
what key are you singing it?
Say it. Yeah, I like that. Can you guess who I would have sing at my wedding?
Chris
If
Brown?
who?
Chris Brown?
No. No. Like, what? Not even a little bit. No.
Oh, Drake.
No, Drake's in the wedding.
Girl, I can't.
I would have Ariana sing at my wedding.
You have Ari sing at your wedding?
Absolutely. I
What
would
would
have
she sing?
She's gonna sing POV as I walk down the aisle.
Oh, so you have a walk down the aisle song and then you have a reception
Absolutely.
song. That's me. That's me. The song I want to walk down the aisle to is Angel of Mine by Monica. And
Okay.
then I have like a whole separate song from like my first dance.
Yeah. Got it. Got
Pretty
it.
sure. You know what? Who I want to sing in my wedding? Probably Kaylani. There's so many love songs she's written.
Okay. Okay. Kaylani. Yeah. I don't feel like I know any of her love songs, just the sad stuff.
What you mean?
I feel like I only can think of sad songs.
Oh my God. Jesus. We're out of
Yeah.
the sad phase.
POV down the aisle. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's the one.
But yeah, y'all, we found out the news when we were in New York. I was literally sitting at the cafe eating lunch and I texted her. I was like, Ryan and Keith are engaged. And she was like, wait, did they announce it here?
Right. I was like, did
I'm
they
like,
announce
girl,
it
they
at
didn't Culture
Culture
Con.
Con?
No.
I was confused.
Oh
And
my
then I went on IG and I was like, wow. And then I started scrolling through the photos. Um, and then my friend texted me and she's like, your bestie got engaged. And I was like, I saw
God.
it. She looked great.
Oh no, I
I,
literally posted on like Freds. I'm just like, listen, Black romance offers, here's y'all epilogue right here. Cause Ryan and Keith all the time, they're used as like the pim light board for like so many Black romances because I'm friends with so many authors and I'm fan casting Ryan in so many dang on books that I wish gets adapted. And so reading their essence like exclusive, I'm like, y'all authors get to work, get to work. There's a second chance Hollywood romance. Let's go.
I'm I'm kind of almost surprised too that they've never been cast in anything together.
I mean, it's
Like,
only sooner than later.
yeah, like anything romantic. Um,
It's bound to happen.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm always surprised that by that, like either one of them have not been cast in more rom-coms.
Well, I
Like,
mean, we got to get them made though.
that's true.
We got to get them made though. You know, there's some that have been optioned. We just need the studios to speed them up.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm already harassing Kennedy Ryan to get them both casted in like real, and we've been petitioning that for 2 years.
My friend just bought me that book.
Oh, they bought you the book. You gotta
She
love it.
did. Yeah,
You gotta love it.
I was sad. And then she came over to my house. We had tacos, and she was like, I got you something. Because I saw it at her house and I was reading the synopsis and I was like, wait, this sounds like something I would be into. Like, this sounds like it. And she was like, oh, yeah, like it's really good. And then she just bought it for me. So, haven't read it yet because I'm still reading my other Kennedy Ryan
I
book.
was about to ask, did you finish the Skyland books, girl?
No,
Are
no,
you still on book one or on book two?
I'm still on book one.
Bro,
I know.
you
But
gave me an update over a month ago.
it was a minute ago, yeah. Um, I was doing so good too. I was reading every single night before bed. It was and then life. But I will get back to it. I think over the holiday, I'm gonna be so for real. Like the 2 weeks over the holiday, I'm no TikTok books.
Girl, you about to take another flight. You better finish that book.
How did you know?
You literally told me before I left.
Oh, I'm not going to London anymore.
Oh, you're not going anymore?
No, no.
Okay, well, on the flight back home, you can still listen to it.
Yeah, but I want to read it. But I guess I could listen to a little bit of it and then
You can listen to it while you're working. The plane got Wi-Fi.
that's true. That's true. Because definitely while I've been working this week, I've been watching Gossip Girl when I could have been doing other things. But this isn't about me, y'all. So let's,
Okay, back to the subject. Back
yes,
to
let's
the
continue on.
subject.
Um,
But yeah, the black girls
congrats.
are getting engaged. My favorite R&B girls are getting engaged. We now have Normani, Coco, now Ryan.
You know who's gonna break the internet though?
Which one?
Meg.
Oh God. Oh, we're gonna be having a time.
Meg
We are
is
gonna be
gonna.
having a time, especially with Clay cuddling up with her dog. Dog's just gonna be cuddling with nobody.
I'm telling the girls right now, have your keyboards
We
ready.
are gonna
Because
have her drink like on the table when that day comes.
when
We're gonna be taking shots.
I'm saying the good and the bad that's about to come with that, we need
Oh God.
stay ready. Stay
Oh God.
ready because we are going to be fighting for our lives
Oh.
online. It's
Oh.
gonna shake the internet
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. Who what wedding dress designer do you think Warren is gonna wear?
I don't know because Law styles her now and
Mm-hmm.
um I I feel like I envision her as a classic bride with a classic look.
Yeah.
Um, so when I think of classic, I think of, a Vera Wang type
Oh, you think she was
um
Vera?
something really elegant and beautiful. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So my immediate thought was her wearing something from Hanifa's wedding collection. That was my instant thought because I think she would do black owned, but at the same time, she would do classic too. And I know Hanifa, she's dropping her 2026 collection this year, I think. I'm
I
not sure because she's having another baby. But I remember her first wedding collection and it looked like stunning. There was a lot of good classic looks. I
hmm
also see people bring up like her possibly wearing an Olonoko dress because I know Mona Leo wore her both her dresses were
hmm
Olonoko dresses. And then Danielle Brooks, her wedding dress was an Olonoko dress. It was like the long sleeved sheer pattern one that had a little bit of off the shoulder.
I think I remember what you're talking about because she looked gorgeous at her wedding.
Like the fact that the designer makes sure that when it comes to sheer, it's going to blend with our skin.
hmm hmm
That's a beautiful dress. That would be a beautiful dress. I
Oh, I
feel like she would get
see.
like something custom.
I see. I see. Okay. Oh, Christian Siriano and how do you pronounce the other one?
Oh,
Olo
so
Olonuko. Yeah. Beautiful. What kind of dress do you want?
what kind of dress do I want?
Yeah.
I feel like mine. I feel like I shuffle with like what kind of dress I would want. Like, of course, I want sleeveless. Um, at the same time, I kind of wanted to give like a little old Hollywood, but like kind of a little bit sexy. Like I want to have some lace incorporated in it, but at the
Ooh,
same time, I want to be able to have like a really dramatic train.
okay. Yeah.
What do you want your dress to look like?
I want to I'm getting the big poofy like with the train. I'm not getting like no cinched in like yeah. Like this is my day to look
I
like a
love how you want like a really small wedding, but a dramatic dress.
yes. Yes. I want the poofy dress, yeah. I go back and forth between like sleeveless, not sleeveless, strapless though, because I don't know if I always think that looks good on me, but it's definitely gonna be poofy for sure. Like I don't want to look sexy. Like I want to look like
Okay, well, meanwhile, I want to look sexy on my wedding day.
I can look sexy after.
Would you do a reception dress or just be in that one dress the whole day?
See, I don't know because I would hate to just wear it for 20 minutes, you know? Like,
I mean, that depends on how long you want your ceremony to be.
yeah, yeah. So I like the idea of two dresses. I like the idea of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I definitely don't want to just be in that first dress for 20 minutes and then I never wear it again. Like I want to relish my time wearing it. So yeah.
Well,
Alrighty.
yeah, we got time. Congratulations again to the happy couple. Fingers crossed a book adaptation finds their way. I'm hoping for real, please. And yeah,
A
now
long,
that we got through the happy stuff, let's
let's
jump
take it,
into last week's chaos.
let's take it to the mess because
Oh
Cardi B and Nicki Minaj were so unhinged this week.
my God.
Like, we
5 days.
we want
No.
to talk about the Cokes got you brave. Like, yo,
Jesus.
this this was insane.
Oh God.
This whole exchange, I couldn't even believe that the tweets were real. Like, I
I
was
couldn't believe the accounts were still up.
like,
Like, how are y'all not banned right now?
they went on for 40 days and 40 nights. And you can let me know, but I saw that this pretty much kicked off because Cardi broke Nicki's record.
That's what I'm assuming. Now, I remember it was announced that, she made it number one with 200K sales sold. And a lot of the Nicki fans were in different comment sections saying, well, technically it was a 199.8. They just rounded it. And I'm like, y'all gonna focus on a decimal right now? Really? And then Nicki started with her antics talking about her album's dropping in June. And I'm like, bro, this
No,
is the
she
worst
said
way to promote your album.
she's dropping the album on my birthday.
Okay, first of all, I thought your birthday was in March.
It is. She's allegedly dropping the album March 27th, 2026.
I thought she was dropping it in June. What?
No, because if you go to her page, it's pinned 3/27/2026.
Oh my God.
So
Bro, your birthday just have so much stuff going on.
I know. My friend was like, this is about to be an insane day for you. And I was like, yeah. But it was, I mean, you guys probably saw it unless you're not on Twitter, which good for you
Thank
because
God.
Twitter is a wasteland of comedy, but also darkness and just a lot of crazy things. But it was everything, from calling culture. It's like I don't even want to say it. I can't even believe she said this, but she called culture a roach. Um, Cardi said that Papa Bear is nonverbal and he has to bang spoons on the counter to get his mom's attention. Like they were going for low blows. It was not good. Cardi said that, they were writing, it was very much giving Dear
Yeah,
Adonis, like from Meet the Grams, like what Kendrick
it
did.
really was.
Like that's what it was giving.
Yeah, it got so dark really quickly. Like once Nicki came after Culture and called her a roach, that's when everything just rules off the table.
Yeah.
Like basically Cardi went in on, her son, and then she alleged that, Nicki had been abused as a child, and that's what led her to like pretty much having her relationship with her mother and her calling out her husband, spending all her money and basically having, you know, substances delivered to her home, and it just got really bad. And Cardi had did like a final, my last time speaking on this, even though it wasn't the last time, she did a whole dissertation saying that Nicki needed help and that this is not going to be the way, her just taking out that anger that she held up for years and putting it out towards other people, and that this is just going to hurt her legacy. And I read all of that. I was like, damn, that is a read to read.
It was a read, and it was a good one because a lot of us from the beginning have been trying to understand, Nicki, like, what is your problem? Everybody literally has said and thinks that you are the best female rapper. So why are you so threatened? And it really does unfortunately come down to like she just wants to be the only one. Like,
Yeah.
Cardi kind of broke that door down and now we have, Lotto, Glorilla, Sweetie, Meg, like with Doechii, like there's so many now, but for a long time it was just that one. And when you really think about it too, they have been feuding for so
It's
long.
been like 8 years. I was an undergrad when this started.
It's been so long, and everybody points points it back to motorsport, right?
I keep saying it. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for damn motorsport. I blame that song. Every
Because
time I listen to it, it's just traumatizing.
yeah, which is so unfortunate because one, we were all excited, and then two, their verses are the best verses on motorsport. Like
Literally.
everybody was there for Cardi and Nicki. Like we were so ready, and it's just unfortunate. And I feel like it started because I guess that original lyric was supposed to be if Cardi's the QB, I'm Nick Lombardi. And Cardi didn't like it, so Nicki changed it to Quavo. And then from there, Cardi just felt like Nicki was always subbing her. Nicki was like, I'm not. And then they fought. Not
I
fought.
mean, technically, Cardi fought Nicki Security.
Right,
but yeah,
right.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all got very dark really quickly. Like really people stopped listening when anti-blackness and ableism and alleged child abuse was used as ammo and shots towards someone online. It's just like, yeah, this is really fucking dark.
Yeah.
It ain't even we are spectators to all this, and it's just like, bro, how much longer can this go on for?
Yeah.
Like
Like
people are tired.
they took it to hell. To hell.
They took it out.
Like when Cardi said that Nicki's son is going to have to fight the pedophile blood that is in him from his father, uncle, and grandpa,
I didn't see that.
I was floored. I was
I
like,
did not see that. Dear God.
I literally look like that Simpsons meme. Like, I I cannot believe you just put this on Twitter. And then I would, I'm always curious about what goes through the brain of a barb. So I was looking at different things that they were posting, and they were basically saying that Nicki was being sarcastic the entire time because Cardi has allegations of calling black women roaches and monkeys, and Nicki was doing this to be sarcastic by
Her calling a little black girl a roach was sarcasm because y'all don't have to talk about whether or not Cardi B is black. Culture has a black father. That little girl is obviously a black girl. To call that child who did not choose her parents, to call her a roach is disgusting.
yes,
As
yes,
a black woman, for you to utter that about a child, regardless of age, is disgusting.
yes, I
You
agree.
lost so many people. She lost so many people after that.
But then after that, now also really quick, what was kind of funny about the discourse was that every 20th tweet was directed at Jay-Z.
I don't
Um,
even know how Jay and Beyonce got involved in this.
which was really funny. So she would rant about Cardi for 20 tweets, and then that 21st tweet, it was like, Jay-Z, take that wig off. And it was like, girl,
And everybody would, and it's so funny because Beehive members were like, we ain't got time for this. We ain't. No, y'all don't want to wake up that beast. And when they said that, they met themselves because they know Beyonce, Jay, and Yvette were not going to address this whatsoever. Absolutely not.
no, never.
Maybe Miss Tina's going to post a subliminal, about protecting her family, but they are not going to address this at all.
No, they and we're so glad for it. But it was so funny to me because it's just like talking into a void almost. Like,
Literally her talking to a void.
yeah, and then it's
Whatever
also too,
sticks.
she will never say anything about Beyonce. It's always Jay-Z.
It is always Jay. And then she tried to initiate a whole boycott of anyone that works with Cardi, and then DoorDash being messy quote tweeted. I'm just like, everybody get off their phones now, please.
Which leads me to believe like you guys are in a cult because she just kind of like bullies them and tells them what to do. Like she was like, "Hey guys, we need to get the pink print back to number one. How many copies are you gonna buy tonight?" And I'm looking through the comments and it was like, "Okay, Nikki, I just bought 7 copies. Okay, just I just bought 12 copies.
Listen,
Nikki, I
they're
did
the
my part."
equivalent of Swifties. Because what do you mean you're buying 7 copies of an album?
Which is insane because I remember when I had to buy Lemonade because Beyonce wouldn't stream that whole nowhere, and I was like, okay,
Lord.
you guys are meanwhile spending $45 on the
Girl,
same,
I remember I wanted that vinyl so bad, but I was a broke college freshman.
and I was stressed about $18, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. I have to buy it. Meanwhile, you guys have bought 45 copies of the same album. Like, make it make sense to me. Mm. And then I guess later she apologized to Culture. It wasn't a really good apology
It
at
wasn't an apology at all.
all. And yeah, I guess on the seventh day Jesus rested. Because but That was a, and it was so, and then JT jumped into it.
JT, Ice Spice, Lotto, they jumping in. I'm like, y'all stay in y'all corners.
Lotto
Lotto,
caught a
Lotto
stray.
caught a stray. Lotto caught a stray in this.
Lotto caught a
And
stray.
she basically, TMZ came up to her. She was like, listen, I love Cardi. I wasn't expecting to get caught up in this, but it's all good. Everybody else, I don't know about them. I'm just like, yes, girl, just keep it at that.
So I think that video that, because I saw the one you should, I think that was before the leak.
Which league?
I think that was before we heard Cardi's audio, that TMZ where they caught Lotto on the street. I think that was before because there she had a show or something like that, and she it wasn't given shady, but it was given like, oh, maybe Lotto's not gonna take the bag from Cardi.
No, I think it was after because she had just done Watch What Happens Live.
Oh, okay. What did she say on
It
watch
was
what happened?
after. She said that, she's, cool with everybody. She basically just said like she just wants peace.
Yeah.
Like she ain't trying to get caught up in none of this mess.
Well, yeah, because they took it to hell and
It took it there.
she has
Listen, she a
pregnancy.
biracial rapper in this doggone game. She don't need to be catching nothing. She is thinking, she's staying in her respective corner. She good.
And she has pregnancy allegations now. So
What?
she
Where?
somebody dropped a photo of her and they think she's pregnant now.
Oh my God.
I
Can
don't
a girl from Atlanta eat a good meal and go out in peace, please?
right, right.
My God.
That yeah. But I honestly think this just kind of all started because Cardi had those first week sales that broke PF2's record and
Yep.
she wasn't happy about it. And it's like, girl, Nikki, we all understand, like, we understand, I think there's a lot of things like not having that Grammy
Yeah.
as they're tossing and turning at night. But it's like, girl, you were going against Jay-Z and Kanye and Drake. Like, we get it.
Ooh,
We get it.
Lord.
It was a tougher time for you. Like, why are you letting this stop who you are? It doesn't mean you can't get a Grammy in the future. Like, make a better album. Like, I don't, child.
Yeah.
But that hatred but then at one point I was like, well, maybe y'all should just scissor. Like,
Girl,
maybe you guys should just kiss and get it over with.
did you miss the part where Cardi was ready to fight her? Like literally, she was ready for her to drop a location. I'm like, Cardi, you are like X amount of months pregnant. You cannot be fighting right now.
She literally where's the address? Where's the address?
I'm like, someone hold her back, please.
But honestly, this whole thing pissed me off too because I was like, Cardi, why did you fall for the bait? Like, she baited the hell out of you and she did it really well and you just fell
Listen,
for it.
I give her grace. Mama's hormonal. She baking a whole human and emotions are all over the place.
You
And
know
she
what?
just had that stuff with Crystal happen. She is literally just trying to stay calm in the midst of everybody trying to wish any and everything on her.
But you know what I would have did? On top of every tweet, I would have just put a link to my album. And that's what I would have did. I just would have did quote tweet, Am I the Drama in stores now? Quote tweet, make sure you get your copy of Am I the Drama? Quote tweet,
Oh
the
God.
link to Am I the Drama? Like that, and they would have been that. And then that probably would have set Nicki off even more because now I'm quoting your tweet with a link to my album. Like, prepare to be sick of me.
Oh God.
Um, but and this isn't even the first time that they've done this. So I'm just like, y'all, we
Yeah.
can't anymore. You guys exchanged some nasty, evil words to each other, and let's just leave it at that. The girls hate each other. The girls are
Uh,
fighting. They're
yeah.
never gonna get along. We could pray, but you know,
Someone said someone like bring back like the big like unity brunch that like Oprah used to do back in the day. I'm like, first of all, who's gonna put that together? Secondly, that's gonna end up in a whole fight. No, we don't need it.
yeah, nope, nope, nope.
But yeah, I think that's all the stuff that's happened the past week.
Yes,
Unless
yes,
we're missing something. Let's get into our weekend in New York.
yes. We went to Culture Con this weekend and it was star-studded. It was great for networking. Pinterest was there, HBO was there, Chase, JP Morgan Chase was there. Um, but I mean, I don't have too much to say about my weekend other than like we were doing some street interviews, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to meet some of you guys, which was also really fun and connect with people. And um, I guess I kind of want to, like, you could talk about your weekend. I just don't have a whole lot to say, but I guess I kind of want to talk about the discourse that's happening right
Mm-hmm.
now. Because a lot of y'all are mad. Um, but a lot of it is interesting too. But tell us some stuff about your weekend, and then we can get into the discourse, or we could feed it in.
Um, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a feed in with me. This is like my third time going to Culture Con, but my second time going, to New York one.
Okay.
I was really intentional with, how I wanted to go about this weekend. Of course, I was gonna see like my mutuals who were based in New York and like in other places because we all are in different parts of the country. So it was great seeing them. I also, intended on networking. I also knew that we wanted to do some stuff for the podcast. We already had like a plan set up. Tati brought a whole videographer, so we have that content coming up for y'all soon. That's gonna be on social. On top of that, I had planned to get content for myself, and so additionally, I had a plan going into the weekend. Was it fully executed? No. Now, the one critique I do have is just the crowd control situation, simply because there was a lot of people and just like a limited amount of seats and space available for people to sit in. I was in one of the lounges, and basically they were just like, exiting people out of the space, and like I could not like leave because basically it was just a crowd of people just being shuffled like in and out, and I ended up missing two of the panels that I really wanted to go to. Thankfully I was able to get like out, but I was mainly to go to the bathroom, and immediately when I get out, they basically told me to go outside, and I go out and there's like a whole line, and basically there's just a lot of people. And then when I tried to go see if I can get some lunch, there were lines on lines. One of my friends had gotten food, but it was after a 2 hour wait. So at that point,
Two
I was
hours?
ready. It was 2 hours.
Oh my God.
So at that point, I was just ready to go home. Mind you, I had these very, very tight Steve Madden shoes on because I
And
thought it
there
was
it is,
really.
y'all. Steve Madden. No way.
Listen, I put on the shoes, and the first like 2 hours I was fine. I just didn't think of how it would be walking in the shoes. So that's why I went to the lounge to take a break for me to sit down before I was gonna go to the what was it? I can't remember which panel it was. It was the panel before the Sierra panel. And basically, when I was ready to get up, that's when they were like exiting people out because people were crowding around, the area. And I was, basically too scared to get up. So I was just waiting for, stuff to calm down. And by that point, the panels had already ended. And, I knew day one was going to be chaotic because the first day of anything is going to be a lot. So there's that. The second day, it was a lot more chill. I knew the panels I wanted to go to. I was able to go to all the ones that I wanted to. I was able to get content, take notes. I had a VIP wristband this year, so I was able to go to like the creator office hours. I was able to have like sitting down one-on-one sections with different creators and like marketing reps, and meet different small business owners and brand founders. One of the non-alcoholic brands I was sponsoring, I got to meet one of the founders and I got to try some of them. Like I said, like Tati said, we were networking. We met like a bunch of different creators and business owners. I met someone that worked in PR marketing with like small businesses and getting them VC funding. So that was really interesting for me to be able to meet people on like the business behind the scenes side. And this is all from being in line. And
Mm,
low key, I'm an introvert, so I always try to like make new friends while I'm in line because you're in those for so long. I wasn't in the lines that long this year, but that's just because I went to stuff early.
Hmm.
And so for me, it was a lot more structured. You know, I got to see my people during the day. And I think I left like maybe a half hour before it ended, you know, because we were just like chilling and vibing and actually, you know, eating because we got food at that point in the day. And yeah, I think the only critique I have is just like crowd control. But as soon as like Monday happened, the discourse was on heavy. You know, a lot of people mainly were pointing out about how there wasn't enough, you know, job focused workshops or panels. You know, people pointing out, you know, it was too much celebrity and not about what's really going on, you know, in the community. And I feel like people don't have a plan of intention when it comes to like culture con. And this is from like a lot of first time people. I don't know if they looked at like people's social media prior, you know, to years prior of attending, or they were able to research beforehand. I always research before, you know, I go anywhere. Also, a lot of people didn't download the app, which is kind of crazy because that's literally how you get through the entire weekend is to download the app to know what's going on. And really, I think a lot of people aren't taking into consideration how a lot of organizers and festivals are dealing with a lot of DAI rollbacks on top of the recession. Like it's really rough. And I say this as somebody who's on the talent front, but also has eyes behind the scenes from me being in community with people who organize big events and people who, you know, rep the companies that sponsor events. A lot of sponsors that y'all wanted to come back this year, they had to make cuts. They weren't able to come back because they're either kissing the ring or the marketing and sponsoring budget basically got slashed in order to stay afloat for the rest of the year. So, you know, I give grace for events, you know, when it comes to that and then pushing forward and continuing to do the best, you know, event possible and make sure everybody's getting their money's worth. But also at the same time, you have to acknowledge that not everybody's going to be happy. You can try to appease everybody and still people are going to find something to be negative about. And on like the career-ish front, there was a career lounge. Some sponsor reps were there. There were many sessions where they were answering questions and, you know, people were able to bring their resumes over and, you know, let them know, hey, this is what I do, this is what I'm looking for. Sometimes you can meet somebody who was repping a brand like during the entire thing. Like I said earlier, I met someone that worked in PR and marketing when it comes to small businesses and like VC funding. We talked about the influencer side. We talked about Q4. We talked about, you know, what's happening with a lot of beauty brands and getting into big box stores and essentially trying to survive while having an online, you know, consumer base while in a recession. So really, it is what you make of it. Like, know what you are getting into prior to going and have a plan of intention when you go.
Yeah, I would agree with that, for sure. I don't think you should walk into something like that and not know, oh, what am I gonna do? Or like you should have a plan of intention of this is my goal and this is what I want to do. And you should, make it so you can get what you want out of the experience, especially if you are paying with your cold, hard cash.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I'm gonna do what I want when I want. So I will say to your point, Saturday was way too much. Like it was overstimulating to the point where some of the people I were with were like, "Hey, I need to get out of here." Like there's way too many people here. Um, and it just didn't give that vibe last year. And which I think is, great. Like a lot of people, I think, heard about it from last year because last year was
Mm-hmm.
so good and so much fun. It was a total vibe. But yeah, there were just way too many people on Saturday, and it was a little jarring and overwhelming. Um, so yeah, and to your point too, Sunday, I think it chilled out a lot. And I don't think anybody is above critique, I think we can critique things in a healthy way. I like that they have a feedback form and they
Mm-hmm.
want people's feedback. And I've seen a lot of good critiques on how things can be better, and I don't think those have been negative. but I think some of y'all have been dragging it a little bit. And that, I don't like that only because um, I am of the belief, which I know is hard with social media, but I sometimes am of the belief like certain conversations don't need to be made public. So,
Yeah.
like, I think we could have, conversations, girl, this is what I would love to see at Culture Connect. Like, there's a way to say things, right? Like, if you have an idea for something, you literally could have just been like, oh, I think this would be really great if y'all could do this next year. Or, I was a little overstimulated on Saturday. It would be great if we could do some crowd control. There's nothing negative about that. There's nothing hateful about that. But, like, y'all just take it to hell and it's like, that is not for a public place. Chase can see that. Pinterest can see that.
Mm-hmm.
The brands can see that. And if you're online saying that we're not going to invest in our own stuff, why the hell are they going to continue to invest in this? This is a black girl that has built something from the ground up and has gotten people like a Sierra, like a Jennifer Hudson to come to these type of things to support us and to really build something for us by us. And I think we got to give y'all, we got to give a little bit of grace when it comes to things like that. Like, because this is still very new. I saw somebody being like, y'all don't y'all don't critique Coachella this way. The whites do critique Coachella, they do. But y'all, that's also been around for a very long time.
Long
Like,
ass time.
you know what I'm saying? This has not been around that long. So do I think it's above critique? No. But do I think everything is for your effing TikTok page? Where no, I don't. Like they gave the forms for a reason. Like
Mhm.
use them. Use the actual forms. Um, and I just, yeah, like some of the takes were just a little bit crazy to me. I saw this one girl say, like she doesn't want to be perceived and she doesn't want she was like I don't really want to be perceived and I don't want to network. Babe, why did
Yeah,
you go?
I
The
saw
whole
that video today, and I'm just like, listen, I need for people to have intention when it comes to going to things, and also at the same time, you're going somewhere where it's a creative conference. You have creators of different, industries, whether they're influencers, whether they work in marketing, whether they are, artists, whether they are actors. It's a creative conference, and you're going to have different creatives of different mediums. And also, I saw someone point like a couple people post about like people's outfits at CultureCon feeling like costumes. Y'all, the theme was taking space.
yeah,
Fashion is art, and every year black people, we're going to show off our style
show
every
up
year.
and show out every year.
So for you to throw shade at people's outfits saying they're costumes when it's basically them expressing creativity, it's like, okay, why bring that negativity over here when is this an event to celebrate creativity within our community during a time where they're trying to shut us down and put us back in a damn field.
For sure, because it's like, well, what if next year this shit gets canceled? Then y'all gonna be like, oh no, oh no. But I just don't agree with the way people went about it. Like, I think there are ways to have conversations about it because I agree with some of the healthy critiques I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I question y'all's mindset. I don't know why you're looking for life-changing advice from a panel. I'm sorry. Like it's very rare that you are going to get some notes and some gems
Yeah.
from a panel that is going to change the trajectory of your life. It's just not going to happen, baby. And if
Yeah.
you're thinking a panel from celebrities who were always telling to shut up, like actually celebrities shouldn't talk that much. If you're expecting that from a celebrity, why? Why? Now, I do think there is room to have more panels that are focused on, doesn't even have to be serious topics, but just like actual useful advice. I do think that could be beneficial. I did go to a panel, and an influencer was speaking and they had a Q&A, and this girl asked, "Do you guys have any tips for negotiating?" I'm just like, really, I just never know what to charge. Da, 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 da. I feel like there are so many useful things that could be said, but this influencer literally said, I have management and they work so hard for me, so I don't even know how to answer that. So, girl, you ain't never negotiated one deal on your own before you got your management. Like, girl, be so for real. So that's like, that's where I can see, like, I get it, with a lot of the panels and stuff like that. I just think that there's a way to say things. And it's still very early, it's still very new, and we obviously want this to stick around. We want this to keep going. So let's just find a a positive way to give the feedback before they try to take this shit away. Like,
Yeah, a lot of the like feedback, that's drowning out the actual like healthy feedback is from people who weren't even there.
well, that's
That's the thing.
crazy.
Every time there's discourse about an event, whether it's CultureCon or Afrotech or Essence, the loudest are the people that weren't even there.
Well, Essence Girl. Like,
I mean, we talked about it in like an older episode,
yeah.
but they've sent out the feedback survey today, like they did last year. I know one of my mutuals who has been going for a couple of years, he was part of the focus group on like, getting feedback and what they wanted to see in the next year. Now, I don't know, I don't think they anticipated the sponsor situation to be as it was this year, because I know there was a lot of changes. I saw it like really early, especially with the rollout. But they're able to, put out the best, they could in the situation and cards that they were dealt with. I don't fault them for that. I still had a good time. I still think they had, a great weekend where they executed. They, are definitely going to look at the survey. I did mine today. I made sure my stuff was in there. And whatever you got, basically put that in the survey, because posting on Freds ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, it just hurts the overall, message of what we're trying to do, and the goal that we're trying to create spaces and community and all this stuff. And I get it, like, I get it. I did not love everything about the weekend. I did not, like, but I also know what to expect from these kind of things, at the same time. Like, why are you really expecting that you about to get some real gems from a panel with a celebrity?
Now, there are a couple of gems that people feel like aren't valuable to them, because that's what I was seeing. I've seen people say, like, oh, well, I just hear this on TikTok. This is something I could get on my phone. I'm just like, is it something you hear about on TikTok? Or is it something you just don't want to hear?
I mean, I
Because
will say with the
people,
panels, it was a lot of just be yourself, be authentic. Don't be afraid to show up. Like, people don't want to hear that anymore. Like, people do want tangible, solutions, like that girl who wanted some negotiating tips. Like, literally, I'm not even a full-time influencer, and I could say, well, maybe you should look at, some influencers who are within your medium and see maybe what they charge, maybe see what they can ask you. Maybe you should check this website. Like, she could have gave that girl some real resources and just basically told her to kiss her ass. So, like, I get it, but there's just a your face.
I'm just saying people's creator journeys is very different. And I say that someone who isn't, repped by a team, who has got to go for ebbs and flows and negotiating. I will say, when it comes to like wanting tangible things, I know people, really want, the end result. And I say this every time. I am not a pull yourself by the bootstraps kind of bitch. I hate it. But a lot of the times the advice that we give, it's very simple, because we're trying to figure out what the heck do we do, what is going to stick, what is going to work. And it's really just simple. It's just like, don't be scared to fucking post. Just, you not know who the hell's watching. I don't know who's watching my content. I'm surprised when people come up to me and tell me that they watch my stuff. I'm surprised of the people who send me invites who see my stuff that barely gets 5K views. I'm surprised that a random video that I do about a movie and a trope gets me a brand deal. It just happens. And a lot of it has just happened for a lot of us. We're still trying to figure this out. So we're just trying to give the best that they can. Now, when it came to negotiating thing, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't a great answer, but I feel like if there's a creator like out there that you see online, or is, you have the opportunity to talk with them and ask them about their journey that's kind of like similar to yours, don't be scared in reaching out. I have people reach out to me all the time, in my DMs, or even like asking me, email wise, whether it's like full-time content creating or about starting a podcast or just looking and seeing how to balance out or finding a niche. It is, hard for people to communicate that. And I always, keep saying, and this is a mantra I follow after being like having terrible anxiety, take the fucking leap, because closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah. But do you see how, I guess there's a difference between how you just delivered that just now and how people are saying it on the panel. I think if they were to hear some of these things, not just the influencer thing, but some of the things like how you just said it now, they'd be like, you know what? Hell yeah. But instead they get on these panels and they're like, just be authentic. Like just post the content. You never know who's watching. Like
Girl, you do not have to do an impression.
that wasn't an
Because
impression.
it's true. Like,
Oh,
we really don't know who be watching us at
oh,
times. Like, we don't know really who is just out there looking at what we're doing, because we really don't know what the heck we're doing half the time. And a lot of the time we're actually doing shit right.
yeah. But I mean, it wasn't just that. Like it was, some of the questions too for even some of the panels. I'm in my mind, I was like, well, who wrote these questions? Like where
A lot of times the speaker has to, come up with the questions. I don't know if it was basically kind of like mainly just trying to like do it to where, because I know like the panels are like very short and it's like 25-30 minutes.
uh-huh.
So I think they're just trying to go off of like, okay, what can we do in this time frame? What is going to be beneficial to the audience? Because a lot of people that come to CultureCon, they're growing creators and they want to, basically find out how they can expand, their creator career.
Yeah. Um Now I will say the one panel that was fire was the Welcome to Dairy.
Oh
It
yeah, the Welcome to Dairy panel was great.
the Welcome to
I
Dairy,
love that cast.
that panel was fire. That was my favorite panel of the day. Mama came out and said, "Oh, it's so great to be on this soil." Like she was like, "F Brooklyn. We're not in Brooklyn. We're actually here."
Okay, she did not say F Brooklyn. She was
No.
acknowledging the ancestral land. Let's be clear. There was a Native American woman, just to be clear.
Yes,
I had
you're
to put out clarifiers. My goodness.
yes. She did not say that, but it was so great because she came out like it was just great to be on this land. It's great to be here with you all and just really like spoke her truth. And then the other actor told us that he was a voodoo man, and the other actor told us that he delivered his baby while they were shooting this show. So, y'all, I'm about to be tapped into Welcome to
Shout
Dairy.
out to Chris, Kimberly, and Stefan. We can't wait for Welcome to Dairy to come out.
They got me. I was like, we got an indigenous lady, a voodoo man, and a man who pushed out his own baby. Tens, I'm here.
Just a great old time.
Yeah.
We did sit in on the Jesse Williams panel. He was talking about his documentary he's working on with Alexis Field. And I didn't know about the hoops documentary that are doing. I know about it now. That's premiering, I believe, in January on Hulu. So that's something we look forward to. It has footage from different athletes across industries, especially with basketball. We also sat in on the 106 in sports panel. I got to find out about that. I wasn't planning on watching it. However, Cam Newton, won me over. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll
Did
watch it.
he? Never
I
mind.
mean, just him and like I think Ash Nicole Moss, their energy, their vibes. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna give episode 1 a shot.
I have feelings about him, but carry on.
Girl, it's okay. Everybody got feelings about him. We sat in on the lyrics and legacy panel, which Tati deemed the fine nigga panel because it had ASAP Ferg, Joy Badass, Algie Smith, and Vic Mensa.
Yes, but one of those is not like the other. We'll let you figure out who.
What the mean one of those ain't like the other?
There's one. There's one sneak in that panel.
You know, I'm gonna leave you to be shady, okay? I be forgetting that Vic Mensa is like Guyana. I'm like, damn, your daddy is African. God damn it.
and
I
he's
gotta remember.
and he's not the one I'm talking about, ladies. Okay, okay.
Shut up.
Just gotta let y'all know. There's one sneak in the fine nigga panel. Just saying. Just saying.
Girl, shut up. My God, you about to see. This is why she the messy one here, y'all. This is why
Not
I keep it
not
copacetic.
messy. I'm just telling the truth.
I keep it copacetic. All right. Um, yeah, we spent like most of our day at like the culture stage. Did you sit in on the BET panel?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah, there was that. Activations. I like the Pinterest one. You know, I got, free headshots, which is great. The Dove one was cute. I got free soap and a new charm for my keychain.
Yes, I got one too. The Pinterest line was too long, but I did hit Dove. Yes.
Okay. And then I went to the Tremana tequila activation. I got to take a tequila kit home.
Oh, fun. Love that for you. Okay.
And
Yes.
then I went to Welcome to Dairy activation. Not as scary, but was entertaining.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see the Welcome to Dairy activation?
I did not. No.
No, it,
Where was that
it was
at?
like it was like in the middle slash back of like Activation Alley.
Was it by YouTube?
Yeah, it was by YouTube.
Okay. Okay. I missed it.
And then one really cool thing I did like was with Cricket Wireless. They had business cards that you can tap to load your social media handle. So like you can tap it and just keep your like Instagram or TikTok and like open.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like you can like add your Instagram, your LinkedIn, or like your TikTok. So like when you tap the card on like a phone, it'll automatically like have the open tag thing in there.
Mhm. Now, what is Cricket Wireless? Is that phone?
Yeah,
Okay. Do they sell phones or they sell service or both?
they do both.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
I
they do.
I didn't go over there because I was like, I feel like I know about Cricket Wireless, but it's like I don't.
No, they had the business card, but it also had like the charging stations where you can charge your phone.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got
But
it.
yeah,
Got
they had that. What other activations did they have? They had the Dear Future Me one where you took the Polaroid, and then the Smart Water one. That was actually had like a photo booth in that one. I didn't know that until like Sunday.
I
And
didn't
then
know they had an
Sprite,
activation. They were just out there giving free water, which was so great.
yeah, that was really great. Vitamin water, they had, water, things like water jugs, like basically throughout the whole thing. I got to try their strawberry lemonade one, was really good. Sprite had a little activation. I didn't get to go there, but people were like having like Sprite all around.
Yeah, they were giving out free Sprite as well, which I thought was nice.
And then the Lucid activation, they were giving out energy shots and free massages during the day.
This was all in the activation alley.
No, there was Activation Alley and also right outside of like the
Oh, okay, okay. Because I was like, I don't
we
remember.
literally shot in front of Lucid.
Okay,
It was the
okay.
ones with the car.
Ah, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't remember any of this. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the weekend is really what you make of it. We, still had a good time. When we go next year, I'm open to it. Depending on my schedule, I'll be down to go. I'll probably do like half the week so I can at least go to the events. Hopefully, I can do press next year. I know a couple of my friends that were doing press for like the hours they were working for. They, were able to, have a good time while working. So hopefully, we'll able to do, press as the podcast, God willing.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
didn't even
would
think about
definitely
that.
want to go back.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I did not sign up for press this year or last. It just gives a little bit of stressful, and it's like I don't want to be bothered. I just want to vibe. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Now, before we do close out the pod, I would like you to leave you with one gem that I did get from CultureCon, and this was from Jennifer Hudson. And she said, "Nothing is just." And I really like that because um, she was saying, well, it's just seventh place on American Idol, but look at what she was able to transform getting seventh place on American Idol to now. And we're all so quick to say, oh, I'm just doing this or I'm just doing that. And it's like, no, you should own it and be proud and, stand up for what you're doing because you're doing something. You've taken the leap to do it. And I think that's what's important. So, guys, nothing is just believe in yourselves. You can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you so much for listening to this long
Yeah.
ass episode.
Sorry. Um, if I had to, give a gem, it would probably be from I think it was like the first creator panel that we went to and about community. And I know a lot of like creators, writing creators want, the numbers and the partnerships, but it's really the space that you have, beyond your profile. Cause, the internet can go away tomorrow. We've seen what's been going now with TikTok, and just having that community beyond social media is, so important. And that will last, beyond what happens with the internet. And there are some things that I took away that definitely I want to use when it comes to just crafting the space that I want to make, for, followers, both, based here, but also in different places. I know I got Substack. I almost dropped my phone, y'all. I'm sorry. I know I have like, Substack and that little community, but I definitely, want to do, more where I can interact with people a lot more. There are a couple of things that we want to do as a podcast to be able to meet you guys and give our thank yous, because we've been able to grow so much within less than a year. So definitely community being something that we make exist offline is important, not just with our jobs but also just as a whole. So that's the one gem I definitely want to leave y'all with before we end this episode.
Yes, y'all. Nothing is just find your community offline. And thank you so much for listening to the Pop Culture Playbook. Please follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at the Pop Culture Playbook. Please leave us a 5-star review. And we will see you back next week for more chaos and mess. Bye.
Yes.